All right, so this is Cinderella 2021. It is not a Disney movie. It's a Sony movie. It's written and directed by Kay Cannon. I saw the only other thing I saw that she directed was Blockers. I didn't even see that. People have been kind of talking shit about it on social media, and rightfully so because I think this is really, really just abysmally bad. Like, I think this is one of the worst movies of 2021. I really do think that. Camila Cabello plays Cinderella. I think this is her first role. She's a singer, and in this movie, Cinderella wants to start a business, and she wants to sell dresses that she makes. I don't know where she gets the materials and stuff like that, how she pays for it and stuff like that beforehand, but whatever. She makes dresses, and she still has her evil stepmother, Vivian, played by Idina Menzel, and her stepsisters. And even though her stepsisters aren't even really that mean to her, they're just kind of dumb. But whatever. On the other side of things, Prince Robert, played by Nicholas Galtzine, I guess that's how you say it. He wants to, just continue having fun and all these other things, but his father, King Rowan, played by Pierce Brosnan, he wants he wants him to get married so that he can end up being king at some point. So he decides to have this ball so that he can pick out somebody to marry. Doesn't even have to be from royalty. It could just be any girl that's in the village. I don't see how that's okay for this kind of kingdom with it being super traditional and all that, but whatever. For reasons, the prince gets interested in Ella or Cinderella, and so he wants to help her with her business. Slash, he's kind of fallen in love with her, wants her to go to the ball. He's in disguise when he asks her to do that, though. So she makes a dress to go. The stepmom messes it up, destroys it. So then a butterfly turns into the fabulous fairy godmother, played by Billy Porter, the fabulous godmother. I think that's what they call it in this movie, and turns the horrible CG mice, one of which played by James Corden, who is not funny and is not funny in like any of the movies I've seen him in. He's actually really annoying in almost all of them. Turns those three mice into the carriageman, turns a crate into the carriage, whatever. She goes to the ball. She has an opportunity, a potential business opportunity, but she's also fallen in love with the prince. So now she kind of has to decide between those two, and the clock strikes midnight. And she has to run away. As far as positives, I guess the costume design is fine. It's kind of all over the place, but I guess I guess the costumes are all right, and I mean, there's some interesting ideas in here with Cinderella, wanting to follow her own dreams or whatever, not just trying to get out of that oppressive situation with her stepmom and stepsisters just to marry some guy or whatever, become a queen and be whisked away, right? Like, it's 2021, you want to update it, okay, that's fine. It wasn't executed well, but I get it. That's all I got. This movie, speaking of which, I guess we can start off with that. Speaking of the whole updating it, and she wants to follow her dreams, not just marry a guy. This movie, there is no subtlety whatsoever. Like, the stepmom just almost out of nowhere is like, a girl, girl, especially you running a business. Literally blasphemy. Literally calls it blasphemy. It's like, wow. She goes to the village or the town, and she looks around to all the clothing stores, and she makes a note that one of them says sons. Oh, can't go there. One of them says brothers, something brothers. You can't go there. It's like, okay. And then they just make fun of her, mock her, men and women, just right there in the town. It's crazy.
Here's a laugh. This girl fancies herself a businessman.
Don't listen to him. This is the one-of-a-kind design.
I'd stop while you're ahead, Missy.
Who on earth do you think you are, honestly?
It doesn't even make sense, though, because this is such a traditional kingdom that there's even a point where he's like, hey, if we're married, you can't make dresses because it wouldn't look right. It's like, wow. I mean, it's pretty crazy. But princesses can be his suitors, though. Princesses can go to his kingdom and essentially propose to him. That's not very traditional, right? I mean, I know the other kingdoms aren't, but they are. That doesn't really make much sense. I mean, there's a lot of it that doesn't really completely work. The daughter, that's the princess, that's the one that really wants to rule the kingdom, is the better choice. She can't sit at the table during royal conversations, but she can stand there in the corner and listen to them. I mean, so much of it is copied from other movies. Like, there's a part where he has to, dress up into a disguise and fit in with the commoners, even though they know what he looks like. But either way, that's ripped straight from Aladdin. The suitors come in to marry him, and he doesn't want to marry any of them, and the king is like, "Arr." That's the Sultan and Jasmine from Aladdin. I mean, the traditional village thinking she's kind of odd because she wants to do her own thing and have a woman doing that. Oh no, that's straight out of Beauty and the Beast. It's just not about like reading and going on adventures like it was in that movie. And the songs are bad anyway. Most of them are not original songs. They ruin Queen at one point, Somebody to Love. They ruin Seven Nation Army for no reason because it didn't even make sense in the part that was at. That's another thing. The songs didn't make sense in where they were at. The songs, they're just kind of butchering already existing songs. The big song, if it's 1,000,000 to 1, I'm gonna be the one, they're gonna know my name. That song's not very good, and it comes up multiple times, even is happening at the same time as other songs, and it doesn't really fit with those songs. It just, Billy Porter, I guess Billy Porter's okay as the fabulous godmother, but it also goes into the thing where I don't know if they let Billy Porter like ad-lib or what, but it goes into the comedy, which doesn't really feel like it fits in this movie, where they try to make it almost like topical, and like this movie wants so fucking bad to be cool, like with certain lines and stuff like that, but it just doesn't know how to do it. Like the comedy falls completely flat. Idina Menzel says that she's like checking out one of the guys or whatever, and she tells the stepsisters that he's toothless or toothful or something like that, and one of the stepsisters is like, what does that mean? And then the other one's like, I think it's old people speak for poppin'. I was like, poppin' in 2021? Anyway, so I don't know when this movie takes place, but clearly they're trying to make it topical for a current year.
You will do.
Do for what?
Yeah, do for what?
Do for what?
Do for what?
Do for what? Whoa! Where's my tail? I can't balance without my tail!
And most of the jokes in this are lame, especially from James Corden. My God. I mean, those mice don't really do much in the movie anyway, but look like terrible CG, like really awful. Like, Stuart Little looks better than them. But anyway, current year CG is not looking good looking at this, but they don't really do anything but hang out in her little room or whatever, and then eventually they get turned into the people, and then it's nothing but shtick. Woo! They're doing it. Oh, look at this. We can clap. Oh, hey, I just went to pee. We should go do it again. Our tail's in the front. It's just lame. It's lame. All this writing is lame. Everybody, like the acting, like it's for the most part decent, even Camila Cabello, but nobody is good. Actually, that prince is pretty bad. Nobody comes off good because the script is so fucking terrible. I mean, it is everything they could throw into this bitch. Like from other things, like I said, but also there's like this kind of like Hamilton-esque like raps for the like announcements. Like when they were announcing the change of the guard and the ball to the town, that felt like it was completely thrown in. But not only that, but there's also a choir randomly at some point. It was like, what was the point of that?
Now, to make sure your nuptials are done properly and on my schedule, we shall hold a ball.
A ball? No.
Balls are fun!
Yes!
This really does feel like some form of torture, especially when it goes on for so long. They'll be in the last little song that they're singing, and she'll stop the song just so that she can have a moment with her stepmom. It's like, just end it. Fucking end my suffering, right? It takes almost an hour to get to the ball, and then you realize, oh shit, there's an hour left. I mean, jeez. It's messy. Almost nothing works about it. Almost everything falls flat and is lame and just awkward to watch. And I just wanted nothing to do with it by like 20 minutes in. So I'm gonna give this a complete shit. That's my lowest rating. It might have gotten away with trash if it wasn't so overly long for no reason. And that's it. That's all I got. That's Cinderella 2021. It's a complete waste. I don't know why it even exists. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we're done.